What is up, Nerf Nation? I'm Naptown Nerf, and today we have an early episode of Naptown Nerf Thrifting, and this is episode 13. I had quite a bit of luck over the last couple of weeks, so we're going to do an early episode, and I kind of want to keep the videos a little bit shorter than the last one where I had so much stuff, which is awesome, but the videos get a little long, and I can't really talk as much about the blaster or fire them off as often or whatever, but so since I found quite a few very awesome items, I wanted to go ahead and show you guys those as soon as possible. So yeah, let's just jump right into it. Found a $5.99 Rampage. A little expensive, but I don't find these very often, and they're like 40 bucks brand new. So yeah, I went ahead and grabbed this one. Works just fine. Didn't come with the drum, unfortunately, but you know, it's alright. We're going to go ahead and throw a clip in, or a magazine. Works great. Pretty cool find. This is like the second one I think I've found. So, pretty happy with that. And yeah, that'll be a great blaster to either modify myself or to put in the loaner bin at Naptown Nerf Club. By the way, real quick, because I know I'm going to get comments of this shirt, which I just got from Blono Nerf. I went to his war actually yesterday and won this shirt, which was awesome. I think his mom makes these, which is really, really cool. And I was really excited to get one. If you guys live in the Illinois area, definitely check out his club. He's just started a Nerf club there. Really cool park that he plays at, so highly recommend checking that out. I'll definitely link his channel and his club in the description box below, so definitely go take a look at that. And if you live in the Indianapolis area, check out my club. I talk about it often, so I'm sure you guys know about that. I'll also link that in the description box. But yeah, we do wars once a month. I think he's going to do the same thing, so definitely check that out. Let's keep going. Alright. Found a complete Recon. I got quite a few of these, but since it had basically all the items, and then I even had spare room for throwing this guy on that I just found floating on the aisle and didn't have a price tag, so I went ahead and threw that on too. This was $6 at Goodwill, and it came with a flip clip 626 magazines or 6 clips with some darts, some streamlines, which are kind of junk honestly at this point, but they are darts, so that's pretty cool. And that shot about 4 feet, so you know, not the best performance out of the Recon or those streamlines, but definitely pretty cool with all these attachments. I got the sight there, which is pretty neat. You don't find those very often. Yeah, so I definitely went ahead and grabbed that, and thought it was worth the $6, so pretty cool. Okay, this next item I actually got from an online site that, you know, people go and try to get rid of their stuff. So I paid $10 for it, and it actually was originally priced at $5, but someone already offered $5 for it, and I told them I'd give them $10 for it, and I thought it was worth $10, so they sold it to me, so that was pretty cool. And I got a box of darts, which is not the reason, but a pretty good, you know, amount of elite darts there with a few other things thrown in, a couple of glow darts and whatnot. Pretty cool. But I got a clear Recon. Works just fine, but honestly, I don't really care too much about how it works. I am going to throw Retaliator internals in here and mod this thing and maybe do some other things, so definitely look forward to that. Subscribe if you want to see what I do with this thing. That probably won't happen anytime in the next couple months, but will happen at some point, because I've definitely wanted to do that with do a Retaliator mod for quite a while, so definitely look forward to that on the channel. Next, I found another Star Shot, which is really cool. I found one of these last month, and I didn't really, I mean, these aren't that common, I don't think, but they're pretty cool. Unfortunately, I still haven't found the bow arms that go on it, which I think are kind of neat, actually. But it's not that big a deal. But these things can be modified to perform really, really well, and they have pretty good sized plunger tubes in them, and pretty cool shells. I always enjoy the shells. The light works, so pretty cool. Works just fine. I'll go ahead and throw a dart in it for the walls. Here, we'll just grab this Rebel dart. It was in that 6 clip. Stick it in here. Fire it off. Works pretty darn well. Just stock, so yeah, not bad at all. Found a Triad. Works just fine. I'm not going to fire it off, but you guys all know how a Triad works. Not bad. I think I paid like $1 for this maybe, so not bad. Found a Boomco flip blast or whip blast. I can't remember exactly which one this is. I think one color is called one thing and one's called the other. I don't really know, but anyways, it was $3, and I just think they're kind of neat. Let's see if I can figure out how to use it. Dumb. There we go. So yeah, you just pull that, and then that's how you prime it, and then you fire it off like that. Do I have a Boomco dart? So it holds one up top, and it has storage for 3, so it does not shoot 4. Like, that would be really cool, but it's basically just a one-shot pistol. You hold this down, whip it like that, and then you can fire it off. And works pretty well, so yeah, not bad at all. Let's keep going. I found a Sonic Fire strong arm. It was $2, and it is definitely not functioning. It's not catching. I don't know what's going on with it. But I thought, if nothing else, I could definitely just replace the internals in it, and thought it was worth $2. I've never found one of these before. I think I own one, but I haven't opened it, actually. Just sitting in the box, maybe just, you know, just as a collector's item. Yeah, it's pretty cool. You know, it's pretty dirty and gunky and definitely needs some work. But, you know, $2, I thought it was worth that. So, yeah, pretty cool. Found a Mega Magnus. It was 99 cents. Works just fine. Pretty cool. I thought, you know, I'll pick up a Magnus for 99 cents every time. They're awesome blasters. They're great for integrations, for, you know, great for like master key mods and stuff like that. So definitely worth the dollar. Found a Hornet. Haven't picked one of these up in a little while because I find them a lot and they're way too expensive. This one was $2, so I thought it was worth $2. I have quite a few of them, so it's not like I'm going to go spend $10 on one of these, which they are marked at sometimes. But yeah, seems to work okay. Might have a small leak in it, I'm not sure. But if nothing else, I'll just strip it just for the pump, which are pretty good for, you know, reusing for other things. So yeah, you know, Hornet, pretty cool. A couple of vintage finds that I thought were pretty cool. I found a Sharpshooter 2, and this was $1. It's pretty neat. Let me go get some old school megas and we'll fire this off. Alright, got a couple old school megas, which is what this thing shoots. Throw those in there. So if I have this here, it's gonna fire the top barrel, I believe. There we go, not very well, but you know, it's a very, very old blaster, and I move this forward and it shoots the bottom. So pretty good. That was a little bit better. I don't know, when was this thing made? Sharpshooter, 1995 by Kenner. So the same time the Epic crossbow came out, this came out. So pretty cool blaster, neat styling with these fins up here is little iron sights, I guess. And yeah, pretty cool. I also grabbed this vintage blaster. I do not know the name of this. I'm sure someone can tell me in the description box below. But I'm sure it's not the greatest blaster in the world, but I thought it was worth the $1. You know, it's definitely a vintage Nerf blaster, so pretty cool. I don't know. Actually, it might not even be technically Nerf. It's done by Laramie, so I'm not sure if it's Nerf branded or not. I don't see Nerf on here anywhere, so it's probably not. But it's Laramie used to own Nerf at one point, and I thought it was kind of neat. And it should shoot off darts. I don't know what kind of darts it's supposed to shoot, but these aren't necessarily the best for shooting darts, but nevertheless pretty cool. Not Nerf related, but I picked it up because I love the movie Aliens, and I'm pretty excited for the new movie coming out, and I thought that was just really cool looking. So anyways, just wanted to share that. I think this guy is pretty awesome looking, and yeah. What did I pay for that? Paid $2 for it, if you're curious. Now the rough cut, $2. I found quite a few of these in the last like couple months, actually, which is pretty awesome because the rough cut is awesome. So yeah, pretty cool rough cut, works just fine. Double shoots just fine. Yeah, $2 worth every time for a rough cut, in my opinion. Grabbed this thing at the Goodwill outlet, so I didn't pay very much for it, and I honestly picked it up just because the spring is like insane. I'm sure. I mean, that thing just sounds insane when you shoot it, so it probably has no AR in it, but yeah, I figured it was worth it just for the spring inside, so grab that. I found two of the Wii blasters. What are they? The Switch Shot. That's what they are. Duh. Switch Shot. And they've been, you know, kind of swapped out here, so the yellow tube is in the blue blaster and the blue tube's in the yellow. It actually came with the sights, whatever these things are, for the game, which is pretty cool. I don't find those very often, so since they were complete, I went ahead and grabbed them. They were $2 each, so not a terrible deal. And definitely fun blasters, so yeah. I found a Fuse Fire, which is one of the best Vortex pistols ever made, probably the best Vortex pistol ever made. And let's go ahead and fire it off because this thing's just awesome. So you actually load this thing from the back, which is really cool. You just push them in right like that. You can load in like, I think you do that and you prime one and then you put another one in and you can put another one in. And you can load, I think, another like 2 or 3 in there and then you can fire them off. So that's really cool. I mean, the way that system works is just really neat. And yeah, definitely a cool looking blaster. It lights up, you know, so it's pretty awesome. I don't know if it's working. Doesn't look like it has batteries or not working. I paid $3 for it, so definitely worth that in my opinion. And definitely a fun find. So yeah. I found the Thunderbow, baby. $3 for the Thunderbow. Thunderbow is definitely a really awesome bow. Probably one of the best new bows they've ever made. Or one of the best bows they've ever made, actually, in terms of a bow. It's not like a blaster that looks like a bow, if that makes sense. Yeah, I think the Mega Thunderbow is really awesome and worth the $3. You know, they're definitely fun to play with, and they fire really well. They will shoot close to 100 feet. Especially out of that top barrel, so pretty darn cool find, and definitely a cool looking bow in my opinion. So yeah, pick that guy up for sure. What's next? Found a Mag Strike for 99 cents, and that's the reason why I picked it up, because it did not have its mag, because for whatever reason I never find the mags for these. I think I've found one out of all the Mag Strikes I've ever found, and I usually don't pick them up because they're usually priced at like $5 without the mag, and I'm like, that's pointless. But nevertheless, it was $1, so I grabbed it. You know, it seemed to work okay. You can kind of figure out if it works by putting your finger in here, which I don't recommend because you don't want to get it in the firing mechanism. But yeah, seems to work okay. So, all right, what else? Oh, found another Guardian crossbow. I got this actually at the outlet also. And definitely works just fine. Pump action bow, which is pretty cool. This is like a version of a bow that isn't actually a bow because, in my opinion, because the string doesn't power it. That's what I mean by an actual bow. But definitely a cool blaster for sure. And I have quite a few of these. But they're awesome, so I grab them, especially when they're cheap. So yeah. A couple other bows that aren't actually bows. The Zombie Strike crossbow. This is, what is the actual name of this? Oh, it is escaping me, but you guys know what it is. Nevertheless, it's the Zombie Strike crossbow, and they both work just fine. This one was $4, which is a little pricey. This one was $2, and I think I got this for free, even though it had a 99-cent sticker on it, but he didn't charge me for it, so I wasn't complaining. So definitely, they both work just fine. They're four-shot Smart AR blasters. They don't need the bows. The bows are just there for looks. But definitely cool-looking blasters. And yeah, these are actually the first ones I've owned or found. So pretty cool. And the Nitron scope's always awesome too. So that was definitely cool to be able to get that for free, even though I would have paid 99 cents for it. So yeah. All right. Found a Recon Retaliator. I found a Retaliator, and then I found a Recon with attachments, and I took the attachments off the Recon and put them on the Retaliator because obviously the Retaliator is a far superior blaster to the Recon. But, not sure if it's working though. It was working. There it goes. Seemed to have a catch problem there. So, probably seen better days, but it definitely does work, but probably needs some maintenance. nevertheless, yeah, pretty cool finds. And the Recon barrel or Retaliator barrel, depending on what you want to call it, are definitely cool. The stocks are decent stocks. They're not the best. They're a little flimsy, but you can definitely, you know, increase the structure of that by using like some CPVC or something like that. So not bad stocks, and yeah, cool find. I paid $4 for it. So I found an X-Shot pistol at an outlet. I think I paid 50 cents for it, so not too bad of a deal. Definitely not bad pistols either. I mean, they are very effective. They're 6-shot, obviously just a pullback prime, kind of like a Night Finder style thing. But yeah, cool. I found a $1.99 Raven, which is a definite steal and a definite awesome find. And if you guys follow my Patreon, you would have seen that I found this. So highly recommend you follow my Patreon. And if you're able, definitely, you know, support my Patreon by donating. Really, really helps me out. Helps me do these thrifting videos. Helps me do mods. Helps me, you know, keep this channel going, because I don't really make money on this channel at all. So any support you guys can give me is greatly, greatly appreciated. But you also will get to see early, you know, things I find thrifting, things I'm modding or working on. Definitely get sneak peeks into things. So definitely check out my Patreon. It'll be in the link in the description box below, and there'll be a link at the end of the video. So check that out. But definitely cool to find a Raven. Very, very excited. Always when I find a Raven, they are great, great blasters. Very, very comfy, very cool looking, and they don't make them anymore, so very, very sought after. So yeah, definitely a cool find. Very excited when I found that. And last, but definitely not least, I found a pulsator, baby. I have not found one of these before. I paid $3 for it. Really exciting. It's funny, I just read this. It says, repeated use will improve ball firing for performance. I believe it says for performance or something, but yeah, that's pretty funny. And I'm definitely firing this thing off, so let me load some balls into it and fire them off. Here we go. All right, guys, you ready for the pulsating pulsator? That's pretty cool. Not a great performance, but definitely fun. And I probably could have gotten better performance if I went slower, but that's not fun. So definitely cool. The pulsator is pretty funny, and if you haven't seen the commercial that Nerf did for this blaster, that's hilarious, so definitely take a look at that. But you know, it is just a funny, quirky blaster, and I always think those are fun as it goes back and forth and fires the balls. So definitely a cool find, and pretty excited when I found this. So yeah, that will definitely go into the collection. And yeah, that's all for the 2 weeks that I've thrifted this month in April. So hope you enjoyed the video. Hopefully you enjoy it being a little shorter, getting to see all the cool stuff a little more frequently. So yeah, we'll see. Hopefully if I keep finding things at this level, I will do them every 2 weeks. If not, then it'll be back to once a month. So it'll just depend on how much I find and how often I'm able to thrift. I've been able to thrift a little more often here recently, so that's allowed me to find more stuff, obviously. So that's how it goes. If you guys want to find stuff, you have to go more often. Especially now, because I feel like thrifting Nerf stuff has gotten very, very popular and competitive. So I know it has here in Indianapolis. So I definitely recommend going often, and you'll have better luck, obviously. So thank you guys so much for watching. Like I said, please help me support my Patreon if you're capable. Definitely just follow it. I mean, I post stuff on there for everybody. Even if you don't donate money, you will still be able to see some of the things I post on there. And follow my Facebook. Follow my Instagram. I post stuff on there all the time too that's cool and fun for you guys to see, you know. So definitely check those out. Definitely subscribe. Give this video a like. That really helps out the channel also. And as always, peace out, guys.